You lied to me!
Mother?
Will I die?
Take us out of here!
Warning, Shawn Mendes showing brain rejection. Warning, Shawn Mendes showing high intracranial pressure.
Hey, Shawn, look at me. Control yourself. The real you isn't here. Mother! Cut the connection!
Emergency termination activated.
Shawn!
I don't want to die!
Nightcrawlers. That's what the people in the city call us.
Hi, my name's Jack Ayres and I voice Daniel McGovern.
Compared to the number of midnight operations, we spend most of our time in other people's brains. Listening to what you hear and watching what you see.
Daniel is a roam agent for the Leviathan Company. He is what's referred to as a night crawler. Part of what his job is going into people's mind. It's called diving. And throughout the course of this game, he's investigating a specific thing that happened in the mind of an individual. And it kind of leads to some unexpected and understandably dark places.
April 30th, 1976. It's the 4th year since I joined Leviathan's Thought Bureau. It's taken me 8 whole years to finally discover who I am. Shawn Mendes.
Who? Who's there?
A roam agent from the Thought Bureau. Daniel McGovern.
Hi, my name's Mark Dezerbrock, and I play Shawn, who is an employee at Leviathan in the Winston Research Institute, and also Fred, who is one of the sort of managers in the Winston Research Institute too.
Welcome to the Winston Research Institute. It's the back door, to be precise.
My name's Jen Austen, and I voice Rachel.
Should I address you as Daniel McGovern?
My name's Will Harrison Wallace. In Karma, I voice 2 characters. Both pretty intense characters. Quite emotionally draining.
Those useless people out there. All they care about is doing their jobs. Perhaps, I'm saying, perhaps you may succeed.
Hello there, my name is Catherine Siggers. I have played many characters in this game. You'll hear me in the crowd many different times. You'll hear me as an old woman. You'll hear me as a small child. Anything that is NPC and it's female, that would have been me.
Announcement. All residents and personnel, please vacate the streets before 2300 hours.
I really like how strong Rachel is. She's got a very strong personality. She's quite outspoken, and that really drew me to her. Also, the idea of playing a monster, playing a boss in a game was just so cool. I was like, yeah, grab that opportunity. And I'm very good at performing as a completely insane person.
It's quite difficult. You got a set of abstract lines. The directors and producers were very, helpful in terms of giving me a bit of context. But the thing that sticks in my mind is just the extraordinary situations that they were in, the emotional intensity of what they're in, and the extremeness, but in a way true as well. That's what you like about it. As an actor, that's what you like about it. Something to grab hold of.
To be honest, I just don't know who I am sometimes. I mean, when I dive into their hands, merge with them, those people, my body's obliterated in the blink of an eye, then bam, I'm stuffed into another body. Those smells, those sensations.
You have to be so present and so in the moment that you can't be thinking about anything else because it takes all of your energy.
Roam Agent 8490. Please report to Dive Room 2.
Hey, sorry, I know we're not supposed to talk. Please, don't tell Mother, okay?
You're recording along to, the animation in front of you, but also working with mocap was really interesting, and having to fully emote and act at the same time. That's been an amazing experience and completely different to anything that I've ever done before.
Daniel, what were you doing just now? You know your father's so busy every day. It's rare that we get to spend quality time together like this.
I was drawing and somehow I dozed off. I had a really strange dream. I dreamed I was a Thought Bureau agent.
Having the huge gamut of emotions from, very stern or just slightly serious, all the way through to the panic and the running and the fighting and the screaming. And it's such good fun to do.
The maths tutor I hired will be coming this afternoon. I hope you won't embarrass me with your test score.
I don't want to stay at home. I want to go to school.
Daniel, you know you and...
Is that the tutor?
Shh.
I've done quite a lot of video games VO at this point. It's somewhere between 50 and 60 I've done now. I used to do lots of theatre, I used to do lots of stage work and things like that. I didn't actually find it a particularly big jump to switch from other mediums of acting to VO, because I think ultimately, like, acting is acting. You're portraying a character, it's about putting yourself in their shoes. It's just the medium is different. The core skills are transferable, I would say.
What happened to me? Who am I?
What's great about this job in terms of the preparation is that we were able to see some of the lines and some of the cinematics beforehand, which is so great in terms of being able to come into the booth as prepared as possible, because a lot of the time you don't get as much information that you would like in order to make as nuanced performance as you can. In terms of this job, it was looking through all the lines, saying them out loud for the first time, so it's not the first time that you say them in the booth, and then just having a bit of play, and then understanding the sort of the context as best you can, and then obviously like warming up and stuff. There's a lot of crying and screaming as Sean does, so I had to get ready for that before I got on the train here.
I can live with the consequences of my choices. But what about you? My precious girl.
It was so well written that it was easy to drop into each of the scenes because I knew where she was and what she was doing. And I think for me, even though however much I enjoyed doing the fights and more of the sort of sound effect type stuff rather than lines specifically, that was really challenging. I'm not used to pushing my voice that far.
There were so many different ways to scream. Like, this has been like an education in itself, this job, because he goes through so many different tortury things.
No, go away! No!
Breath is a really important part of horror games. It grounds the character, and the player has to feel the kind of emotions that the avatar is going through. And with some of these really intense sections and stuff, we're essentially breathing for minutes at a time while we're looking at the footage. And wow, after some of those takes, you're like, you really have to be careful, because I was thinking, I'm gonna have to take a second here, because if I do this again, I'm gonna end up on the floor.
What is this place?
So who would play Daniel McGovern? I've seen a few people on the YouTube comments saying that they think Daniel looks like Machine Gun Kelly. So maybe we'll get Machine Gun Kelly in to play Daniel McGovern.
So I do remember the reference being Anthony Hopkins.
Eddie Redmayne's pretty good. It's a good character. There's a wonderful vulnerability and warmth that he has that is sort of effortless. So he'd be good. In terms of Fred, I want maybe Gary Oldman.
I reckon Anne Hathaway would do an amazing job at Rachel. Mostly because I'm in love with Anne Hathaway, and she's fantastic in everything.
The mind is a dangerous place. Years of guilt and repressed emotions, regret and fear taking root in memories, twisted and distorted until the real becomes surreal.
Some of the imagery in this game is just absolutely incredible, very Twin Peaksy. I play a lot of games myself. That's something that I still always find time for. And this is going to be a day one for me.
Now, are you sitting comfortably? Mother, begin Rome.
这首。